Buenos dias, buenos noches, buenos tardes. Yo, I've been in a nice, calm, tranquil mood all day. I stopped and got my snackies. The lady was so nice at the Dairy Queen. She was like ordering her food with her daughter, and they had got their cones triple dipped. Like triple dip? She was telling me it's so good. I'm gonna have to try this. Now, this is the first time I'm doing triple dip. I normally just do a double dip. I asked her daughter, "What, you found this on TikTok?" She like, "No," but she gave me her receipt, so I got her points. Thank you, girl. Dairy Queen has this $7 meal deal. You get like a burger or chicken strips and some fries and a drink and a sundae for $7. I'm like, yeah, you can't really beat that. And then if you get some cheese, some queso with the order, with your chicken fingers, you can dip your fries in the queso. See? Don't say I never did nothing for y'all. All right. So let's get into it because it's the daily beat. And I like to start my daily beats with Bible verses. How do I come up with said Bible verses? Just like this. This one is from Mark 13, verse 32. The day and hour unknown. No one knows about the day or the hour, not even the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. Be on guard, be alert. You do not know what? You will not know when that time will come. It's like a man going away. He leaves his house and puts his servants in charge, each with his assigned task, and tells the one at the door to keep watch. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know when the owner of the house will come back, whether in the evening or at midnight, or when the rooster crows or at dawn. If he comes suddenly, do not let him find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to everyone, watch. You don't know the hour. Stop acting like you do. I got time. Okay. I don't have much time. Okay. Before I start this session with you guys today, tapping into the energy, and my twin's energy was in there heavy. I'm like, are we gonna tap into that energy? Cause like, you know my mouth reckless. Better be careful. At any rate, let's get into it. What's that? I'm nosy, y'all. I'm nosy. What's that? The Hermit and the Five of Pentacles. Alright, so as we add on to the levels of education, you know, when you go into class the first day, I'm the professor. I'm putting y'all in groups right away. I need to know my students. I need to know how much would you like to contribute to class. After that, we hopping into content. I like to build my content, of course, around all these damn cards. Required. Is this all for the attitudes, beliefs, and desires? Yeah. I like to add my own little je ne sais quoi to my content. You know, that was one of the perks of being a adjunct professor, as opposed to, I'm sorry, did I show this to you guys? As opposed to like a tenor track professor. No offense, y'all. Y'all see? Okay. Six of Wands. The Fool, Six of Wands, and the Page of Swords. And then people, places, things around you. Page of Cups. Pages are playful energy, but they also are watchers, observers, and recorders. So just keep that in mind. Okay, this one just wanted to stay in my hand. Attitudes, beliefs, and desires within our higher self. I was wondering why I had to come back so quickly. I'm like, I was just like on here yesterday. Like, I don't like talking to anyone every day except God and my work. Like, but he said this your work today, so I was literally quiet all day. I've been just chilling. That's it. To bring into your current situation, people, places, things around you. Issue. The Knight of Wands. Alright, we got some wands in the mix of things, some actions. But it's the issue. Now, what's the solution? I had to like tune out all of the synchronistic messages I get while I'm like reading. Solution: the Wheel of Fortune. Sign, seal, deliver. I said what I said. Don't ask me no questions. That's what they said. We not doing reversals, so we doing the Five of Swords. It's so interesting how they was like, this a continuation, but you know, that's how the energy go. At any rate, let's hop on in, right? Because attitudes, beliefs, and desires within your current self is the Fool, the Six of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Again, swords in my typical stance are those mental conflicts, right? But once you get to the suits of the elements, you start to embody more structured, more mature levels of managing that particular element. So if you're looking at, that page within the night component, I've been able to take a record of some of those mental conflicts that I've been dealing with. I've been able to really grasp the truth of the matters within those situations, observing, watching the people around me, the situations around me. I know what things will bring me victory. That's the Six of Wands. If I take certain actions based off of, this more playful energy. Yes, I'm not yet a knight. I'm not yet a queen. I'm not yet a king. I realize I still have some growth and some momentum to really take strides to get me into this Six of Wands energy. Not only will I be proud of me when I bring home this baby bumblebee, but God gonna be proud of me. My ancestors gonna be proud of me. My lineage gonna be proud of me. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna pack my shit and go. Whoa, look at that alligator sitting right there. I'm just gonna take my 2 bags, my wands, whatever plans I have, and I'm just gonna take this leap of faith. In a typical sense, this full energy is taking a leap of faith over a cliff, and they have a pet dog, right? But if this is my ancient deck, I don't necessarily have a pet dog. I got a pet alligator. And that alligator might not, show itself in this physical, realm. But spiritually speaking, because I know I've taken record, I've talked to my ancestors, my gods, to get the victory. That alligator is actually my protector. I mean, if I get out of line, it might bite me in the head. It might, like, dang, all right. But then, all right, you can, okay, all right. With his eye watching at all times. Because the people, places, and things around you, they in this Page of Cups energy. They like, all right, I've been keeping note, taking track, making my own observations of the situation at hand. And I'm going to record that. I'm going to record that, but I'm going to record that within my emotional space, right? So, depending on what side of the coin, and again, guys, this is a collective energy. So, you're going to have to place the energy where you need to place it. But if we go back to yesterday, when we was talking about that Ace of Cups, that divine insight being poured into, this series of 8 cups to lead to the 9 of cups, which is that wish fulfillment. People, places, and things around you been keeping track of, like, what did this person actually pour into my cup? Like, was they in their right mind when they was like, they had to sit back in that reflection as you in this current energy take that leap of faith based off of your observations and your ancestral guidance. That's for them to figure out within themselves eternally. You understand? If you want to carry somebody else's cup, that bag is, I don't know what you've been putting in your cup since I've been going. I don't even want to get close enough to even look and see what you got in that cup. Nah, I'm good. Whereas you might have other people, you put all this in my cup. Like throwing drinks on your face, like Love and Hip Hop type stuff. So look, you put the energy where it need to go. Look, cause where is my issue card? Did it fly away? I know I put them all out here. Oh, that was the issue. Okay. I'm like, hold up now. I got an alligator in here eating up the damn cards. Excuse me. Higher self, recognizing that shadow aspect of these shifts, right? I told y'all, when you meet me, when I come across your timeline, your feed, whether in this, digital space or in this matrices, look, I come with this type of energy. Look at that. It looks so beautiful when the light is hitting it and it's had some time for self-care and, just relaxing, chilling, getting divine insight, divine guidance. That's where the focus is within the higher self. I respect that, y'all. I respect y'all being in this space of wanting to receive divine insight, divine guidance, divine wisdom as we go along this spiritual ascension trajectory, right? Because the term journey, and I'm going to look up the definition of journey so I can come up with a term that I think really embodies what I feel, this trajectory allows us to achieve, right? Because Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the study of exemplary, people, it was really looking at how people's achievement of the various components of, physiological needs, safety needs, self-esteem, how do we contribute to a group and how we feel about ourselves, and then achieving that level of ascension. It was this internal working, but those environmental factors are always going to play a part in the journey. Damn, the trajectory. See, even myself, I have to change the way I function so that I can build whatever this divine insight is supposed to allow it to build, right? It's hard to do sometimes because you really have to change the way you think. I'm not going to use the term brain damaging because it's not a matter of forgetting everything that you learned or rewiring the neurons and all that jazz that, they try and do with the technology. And if I talk about my research, oh guys, look, you talk about biofeedback and cyberkinetics and advanced technology and quantum computing and what that can do to improve those components within Maslow's hierarchy of needs or attaining those key milestones within each of those levels. But I also see, the implications for, damn, I need money to pay my rent. So if I give you control of my neuron functions for, let's say, 48 hours, how much would that get me? Like, this the type of shit, like, look, on the reverse end, hey, I need this social service person to come in here and help me rewire some of these neurons, because I'm in this satellite on this cislunar economy on the moon, and it's getting weird out here. Like, okay. Told you I'm not regular. Stop playing with me. My insight, it hit different when you sleeping in the Tesla every night. I'll tell you that much. At any rate, this insight, this trajectory, and what it embodies, and how it ultimately gets us closer to God. That's what the higher self's focus is on. But the shadow self is going to throw stuff in the mix to be like, did you forget all those emotions and all those actions and all those other leaps of faith that you done took? And yeah, I remember. I remember. Do you remember how it made you feel when you took? Yep, I remember. And you want to do that again? Yep, I want to do it again. Or, no, I don't want to do that again. And look, that's for you to figure out. Look, I'm just a messenger. Angela, I've never heard my name so much in the past 2 days. Just in general, like, from the content to, like, picking up orders, like, damn, Angela, like, what's in your wallet? Yo, the divine insight that I got. Look, I ain't come to play. Hold on. Let me just talk my shit one quick second. Because I am a bachelor's level social worker. That means I have a 4-year bachelor degree in social work. After that, I took some time off. I got into the field. Was a living house parent in a group home for teenage girls in North Philadelphia with my bougie ass miniature poodle Ocho. Right? I go back to school in the midst of working full time at 2 jobs, getting married, and going ahead and getting my master's in social work. But I didn't get no regular social work, child and family services, mental health, management and planning. Yeah, management and planning, yeah. But let's throw in some entrepreneurial classes. Let's throw in some international social work. So I have my master's in social work with the concentration in management and planning with the specialized interest in international social work. And I literally had to petition the social work department at Temple University. And when I got done the program, because I'm going to talk my shit, but I know, timing. What is time, darling? Look, divine time. The chairperson at the department was listening to, some of the feedback that I had as I went through that program. And she was like, Angela, I love that you, have been able to come up with all this. But honestly speaking, most students want to fit in the boxes that we have already outlined for them. You don't say that to somebody like me. You don't sit in that chair and say that type of stuff to somebody like me. That's how I knew this lady had never had me as a student. I wonder when she told her colleagues, because she gave me the runaround, y'all. I couldn't even meet with this lady face to face because I couldn't find parking on Temple's campus. My grandmother despised Temple, by the way. At any rate, I was just like, okay, all right. So going back into the field in different capacities at supervisory level and then back to like entry level type roles, I was like, all right, everybody pushing me to go ahead for this PhD track. If I'm going to go into the PhD track, I'm going to go into it because it's something that I want to contribute to a field that I am completely invested in. Like, outside of my dog, honestly, social work has been my longest standing relationship, you know? God not included, but you know, me and social work, when social work switch up, I be like, when I switch up, social work be like, so we get it. We get each other. And I said, all right, go ahead to Howard University for my PhD. Let's not forget, I had obtained my license in social work after I got my master's. So that means I'm a licensed professional within the field where, okay, you can go ahead and get some supervision hours and be a clinical licensed social worker. You can prescribe some medications to these folks. No. There's people for that. I ain't that person. You know, I'm more natural, holistic, but I recognize there are people who absolutely need that added, you know, biocentric chemical adjustment. Let's put it like that. So, being completely invested into this field and then being in a space of literally asking God daily, what do you want me to do? Like, the space I was in, I was literally like an empty vessel. And it was just like, if I'm going to fill this vessel up with anything based off of what I was seeing, we talking maybe 2020, 2021, I just needed to be something I can trust. And what could I trust? This book. The Bible. My mother's best friend gave her that Bible. I started opening up that Bible. And when I opened up the Bible, I had this poster board sitting in my living room. And anyone who came into my house saw that poster board. Like, literally, when I moved out of the divorcee house, the girl that was cleaning the house was like, you left this. Girl, pack that up because I need that. Like, I need that. She gave it back to me. Came to Maryland and brought it back to me. So, I'm sitting there in this space getting all this divine insight from God because I'm reading my Bible every day and I'm listening to what He's telling me and what He has me experiencing, what He has me viewing on TV, you know, on YouTube, you know. And then I'm in hermit mode, for real, and I'm just cutting everything off. Taking that leap of faith, knowing I got this miniature poodle. Look! When I got that, I'm like, why the fuck do I have a dog? Like, why do you cute? You are so cute, pookie wookie, bro. Yo, you are annoying. When I move, you move. Just like that. Like, dang, Shadow. I used to tell him all the time, you not my man. Then his new mom, Angie, was like, I used to be like, that's my man. I'm like, girl, the irony in that one, man. And yes, I said his new mommy's name was Angie. He was a master manifester. At any rate, people, places, things around you, you know, Six of Pentacles. That's the work that you put in your particular field, those notes you've been taking about yourself in the mental space, in the emotional space, it affords you a certain level of comprehension, of understanding. People are jumping more and more into the word of empathy versus sympathy and all that. Look, that's like the professor, you go into the class, you got your 100 level classes, you know? 100 level classes, you're going to learn that baseline introductory information. I know I've taught 100 level classes, but then you step up and you get into 200 level classes. That's the build up from the stuff that you've already been expected to learn and know. So when I tap into certain topics, I don't have to deep dive into them at all, all functions. I expect a certain level of understanding. We met certain milestones within your learning curriculum, okay? Then you hit them 300 levels. I might be expecting you to put in a little bit of work now, Did you go get a notebook yet? Are you writing stuff down yet? No? Well, in the future classes, I might need you to take notes, and I might be like, hey, y'all, pull out y'all handy-dandy notebooks and go to page 3, because on page 3, remember we was talking about this. What did you write down in that space? If you got a notebook now, draw these 6 circles on that piece of paper, right? And when we get done, I want you to open up your Bible just like I did randomly, right? And the first 6 Bible verses that you yourself get, I want you to just write down the book, the chapter, and the number. That's it. You can put down the page number too if you're using, a specific Bible. And for a week, go back to each of those verses. Monday I'm going to go back to this verse. Tuesday I'm going to go back to this verse. Wednesday I'm going to go back to this verse. Thursday I'm going to go back to this verse. Friday I'm going to go to this verse. Saturday I'm going to go to this verse. Sunday I'm going to go to church like that. That's the action. We going to get there. Hold on, y'all. And reflect on it. Write down a little just bit on that section. I'm going to do this myself. Look, when I get done, I look at my stuff when I post it. Look at the sun. God said, look, you better listen. You better pay attention. You better go get that fucking notebook and pen. Stop playing. Y'all be expecting all this from these kids, and y'all don't even do the stuff that y'all expect the kids to do. Every time I see a kid, what you learn new today? How you expect a kid to learn something new today? You don't show that same level of enthusiasm of learning something new every day. Anyway, I digress. So people, places, and things around you. Do I need to say that over for after we get done, or open up your Bible randomly? That verse. Randomly. That verse. Randomly. And write them down in these circles that you drew on that paper. That's it. That's all I need you to do. That's all. No heavy lifting. Paper, pen, circles, letters, and numbers. Semicolon. That's it. What's the issue? Half of y'all not gonna take that step. The other half, y'all gonna quickly run and take that step. And the connection is quickly gonna shift. And them people's quickly gonna feel that wheel turning. Oh my God, do you have a notebook with 6 circles in it? You're about to get closer to God, aren't you? Why are you leaving and going to get a notebook and put it? Because that's what Angie said I need to do. Do we have a Bible in this house? We don't have no Bibles in this house. All these academic books and ancient texts, and we don't have a Bible. Look, the wheel is finna turn. Go get you a Bible. I told y'all, Amazon Prime. Y'all keep playing. I'm sure it's a church you can go drive to in your neighborhood that would gladly give you a Bible. Gladly. I'm so excited about this, y'all. I'm so excited about those people taking the quick actions to see what we finna build. When we all get together and we all got these various verses that we done wrote and the reflections around it, and then we see, those real life victories and those changes is happening within not only us internally, but the people, places, and things around us. Yes, I still deliver. They're going to be mad. I just need you to know they're not going to be happy about it. They're going to be heated. They're going to feel so betrayed. I can't believe this. I can't believe that you're gonna listen to her. She's homeless and living out of her car, but she looks so happy doing it. She ain't missing no meals either. And this is just the beginning, so I know God got a lot of stuff in store for her. Like, it is like Job. She had it all. She had the American dream. What happened? God said, I got something greater for you, daughter. I got something greater for you, son. It's gonna cause some conflict. But just start with your notebook and 6 circles on a piece of paper. Let me be nosy. Back in the day, I can't even say back in the day. I feel like these days, because I know I speak with the level of intention, when I replay my conversations back, I be like, damn. Right, sometimes I be choking on my own words, like, damn, Angie. Sometimes I be reading myself, like, damn it. Somebody projected that over here. At any rate, I've said what I needed to say. Signed, sealed, delivered. Don't ask me no questions. That's what they said. Have a wonderful remainder of your day. And don't forget, go get your notebook and a pen or a pencil. Draw your 3 circles. Open your Bible 6 times in different places within the Bible. Write down the book, the chapter, and the verse number.